Hey guys, this is Chase Tucker from Basecamp, and this is a trekking fitness test. So we're testing 4 elements here, and the goal of this is to really get you to have a bit of an understanding of where your fitness level is at currently and where you need to get it before you head off on your trek. So what we're going to do is take some measurements and some baselines, and we're going to retest these as you continue in your training. So the first thing we're going to do is test your resting heart rate. Now if you've got a heart rate monitor, that's really simple and you probably know your resting heart rate already. But if you don't, you can simply take your radial pulse, so just on the inside of the wrist there, or just under your neck, just under your jaw, find your pulse and count how many beats that you can count in 20 seconds. Then we just times that by 3, and that's your resting heart rate. Ideally this should be done first thing in the morning before you even get out of bed. That'll be your true resting heart rate. And whatever circumstances you test it in, make sure you retest it under the same circumstances. That goes for every single test that we're doing today. Once we've got our resting heart rate, we're going to do a 15-minute step test. Now for our trekkers, this means getting a 10 kilo pack on. So the pack and the weight which is in it is a total of 10 kilograms. We put our pack on, and then we find a step or a bench that's 45 to 50 centimeters, so roughly knee height. And then we're going to step up and down continuously on that box for 15 minutes. And we count how many steps that we can do during that time. What's really useful is one of these. It's a crowd clicker. They're like $4. You can buy them online, and then you don't have to think and count while you're doing the step ups. You just concentrate on what you're doing, and you just click every time you get up on that box. That's a rep, and we're going to count how many reps you can do in 15 minutes. A good result, like an excellent result, is sort of 300 and above. So that's how you know you're doing all right, if you can hit the 300 mark. Our third test will be immediately after that step test. We'll take an active heart rate. So we're going to find out what your heart rate's like just after that 15-minute step test. Again, this is something that will improve, I guarantee you, over time if you stick to our training program. And then the fourth test is a core strength and stability test, a 3-minute core stability test. So that's our final test of the day, and that will give you a really good idea where you're at with your core strength and stability. This is our 3-minute core stability drill and test. This is something that we're going to do today, but we're going to retest as we go along in our training, and it's going to show you how fast you're improving as long as you do it consistently. So guys, whenever we plank, we want to have our elbows directly underneath our shoulders. We're going to pick our hips up off the ground, squeeze your glutes as tight as you can, tuck your ribs, and maintain a straight, strong body position. Now, as you go through this drill, you might need to take your feet a little bit wider so that we're able to stay nice and steady when we go left arm and right off the ground. Now, it's important that we maintain strong, steady breathing through this position, and keep an eye on these hips because they're going to want to sag down, and that means we've got a little bit of an energy leak in our core strength there. So really focus on squeezing the glutes, squeezing your abs, and then staying as straight and as strong as possible. Don't let those hips sag. The other common problem with this that we see is that as people get tired, they shuffle back, their hips go up, and their shoulders move past this point, the elbows. So you want to stay directly above the elbows throughout this entire test. Now, as soon as you get to the failure point where you'd have to put that hand or foot back down on the ground, it's important that you stop the test there. You can shake it out, make a note of where you finished, and then if you like, you can come back in and complete the rest of the test. And that's a really good way to start building up that strength and stability. That's it for the trekking fitness test, guys. Well done. Hopefully you got through those 4 movements and you've inputted the results into the boxes there. That data actually really helps us keep providing this information and give the most accurate information to people like you who are training for a trek. So thanks very much for putting that in. Now, you might be wondering, why on earth would I need to work on my core strength for trekking, because it's just walking up and down hills? But there's a really good reason for that, and there's also 4 other things that I'd really want you to know if you're training for a trek. So if you put your email address in below, and I'll send you that free education series, and it'll come straight into your inbox. The other thing I'd like to do, guys, to say thank you for getting involved in this little science experiment is I give away a couple of online consultations every month. And in that half-an-hour consultation, we can go through whatever you like. It might be your concerns about altitude, maybe you've got questions about your gear, you're not sure what the demands of the trip are going to be that you've booked, or we can interpret individually the results that you put in your testing, and I can give you my advice to make sure that you're prepared as best as you can possibly be for this upcoming adventure of yours. That's it today from me, guys. Thanks for watching. If you've got any further questions, feel free to shoot them through. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. We've got some links here, and keep in touch with what we're up to, both in the gym and training outside and getting out into the mountains. Remember, you do the hard work now, it will pay off on your trip. See you soon.